Hello nature lovers, I am Adam Barralet and I'm from Crystal Connections, and here we talk about all the different star signs. I'm doing a bit of a series of lives over a period of 12 days. So today we're looking at Libra. Libra is such a beautiful, heartfelt sign. If you know a Libra, they'll probably be a very special person in your life. For me, it's my sister, as well as one of my very good friends who now lives in the UK. They're both beautiful Librans and have taught me a lot about Libra, the good, the bad and the ugly. So we're going to talk about that today. Now, what do we know about Librans? The interesting thing, they are the only star sign that has an inanimate object as their symbol. The symbol for Libra is the scales, and this really symbolizes exactly what Libra is all about trying to find that balance. Now, Librans are very great at making sure that everyone's happy. In astrology and in your birth chart, whatever is ruled by Libra or the 7th house of the birth chart is all about partnerships and making sure that it's all in balance. So Librans are really good at making sure that everyone is happy. They have a very joyous, sprightly type of energy, and they'll go around to make sure that everyone is happy, all the arrangements are fine and all that type of thing. However, there's one slight issue with that. Try organizing anything with 20 different opinions and you know what happens. Yes, 20 different opinions. And so Librans sometimes are so busy trying to make sure that everyone's happy that they get nothing done. Indecision is a big trait of Librans. But what we want to do is we want to bring out those positive attributes and maybe balance and bring back into equilibrium those not so positive or constructive attributes that can be a bit destructive to their progress and their success. What we can do is we can use a whole range of different gifts from Mother Nature. And so today we're going to look at some crystals and some essential oils. So we really want to make sure in all this kind of chaos that Librans are going through, they can sometimes lose that sprightly energy. And so if they don't have that joyous heart, then there's some beautiful crystals you can work with. One of my favorites is, I know it's sparkling a lot in the light that's catching it, but this is called rainbow aura quartz. So it's just plain clear quartz, and it has been put in a heated vacuum and fused with silver and platinum. So these are three natural things, quartz, silver and platinum, in a man-made environment fusing together. And it creates this beautiful rainbow kind of angelic sheen all over the crystal. This is such a powerful crystal. It really brings in that sense of peacefulness, joy, bliss and so on. Something that we really associate with that Libran energy. And so Angel Aura Quartz can help to rebalance the Libra who's feeling a bit overwhelmed or disappointed or despondent because everything's not going their way or they can't get everyone to get along, especially in close relationships. Now, someone really loves that, a lot of hearts for that one. Another really great one, because Librans are always giving so much, and we need to make sure that they're also receiving. We want that equal give and take of that heart chakra. Remember I was saying Librans, the heart chakra is very important for them to make sure that they have that balance. Now, tourmaline comes in a whole range of colours. Do you know what colours? Well, it comes in red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink, all the colours of the rainbow. In fact, there's a beautiful myth that says before the gods placed tourmaline into the earth, they actually pass it through a rainbow, and that's why you get the beautiful colours. Now, it's a beautiful combination, and it's called watermelon tourmaline. Do a bit of an extreme close-up. Hopefully the camera will focus on it. But what that is, it's coming up a bit white. Sorry about that. But if you Google it after I finish chatting, you've got green around the outside and pink on the inside. That is watermelon tourmaline. And what are the two colours of the heart chakra? Pink and green. And so this is an amazing balancer because it's got those striations on it. It moves energy backwards and forwards like the ebb and flow of the ocean and helps to balance the heart chakra and make sure that there's equal give and take in all relationships. This is really important for Libra to master this and to not get overwhelmed when relationships get a bit kind of unbalanced. Now, if you want a really high vibration, rare crystal to go hunting for, if you're a bit of a crystal enthusiast, then one I'd really recommend for you is one called diaspore or zoltanite. Now, zoltanite, this is a piece of zoltanite here. It depends what light it is. And in this light, it looks kind of green, but in other lights, it'll actually look orange. It actually changes colour. Not like a chameleon or not like tug papaya, if you're familiar with that crystal. More like alexandrite. Depending on the light, it'll have a different shade. If it's sunlight, it'll be one colour. If it's candlelight, it's the other. Of course, this again helps us to see the different sides of the heart. And so this is a really beautiful one for Librans to work with, and it will help them to connect with their angel, which I'll talk about in a little while. Right, the other crystals I have for you, down on my little table here, is Librans very much giving all the time, making sure that everyone else is happy. And we need to make sure that if you're a Libran or if you know a Libran, that you're not giving too much and leaving yourself empty at the end of the day. You know, I always use the analogy of a cup, and you know, beautiful Librans and that will go around and give everyone a little bit, and then at the end of the day, their cup is empty. What we want is we want Librans to have a cup that is overflowing so much that they can just abundantly give to other people. Now, if you are a Libran or if you're helping a Libran and you're finding that you have problems saying no, or you say yes all the time, even if you don't want to, because you don't want to cause any rifts or make anyone else unhappy, then I'd recommend working with red garnet. Red garnet is a really fiery crystal. It obviously works with the base chakra, and it helps our own integrity to make sure we can be flexible and we can compromise, but make sure we're not saying yes to someone else at the detriment of our own well-being, what feels good to us. And so it really gives you that strength to go, no, that doesn't quite work for me. How can we find another win-win situation instead of a win-lose situation where the Libra is missing out? So if you're a Libran that has problems saying no, red garnet's a really good one. Librans as well, because they put everyone else first, sometimes they can feel a bit neglected, or even this could affect their self-esteem and they feel unworthy. A really beautiful crystal to work with self-esteem is Unakite. And Unakite is a really nice one to do affirmations and positive kind of work. If you let me reach behind me, do a bit of a shameless self-promotion. If you get my green city, sorry, I've got a light shining on me so I don't look too dark, and it's not showing too well, but that's my Crystal Connections Volume 4. And there's actually a meditation on there for Unakite, and there's actually affirmations. So you go through and it's really good for helping your self-esteem. If you repeat that every day, it'll start to help. If you're a Libra or any other sign that needs help with self-esteem, Unakite's really good. So, as you know, I've been working with crystals for over 20 years, and I often joke that I'm married to crystals, but I am having a passionate love affair on the side with essential oils, and wow, they work really well as a bit of a threesome, but that's a whole different lesson. So, what essential oils can we bring in to work with the Libra? Well, first of all, we can use some beautiful ones for the heart chakra. You know, ones like ylang ylang and geranium are really good at finding balance in the heart, especially geranium. Geranium is all about equilibrium of the heart, making sure there is give and take in your heart and in all your relationships. So an ideal one, I can't recommend probably a better oil for Librans. And then, remember, in Librans, I find with Librans, because they're trying to keep everyone happy and they're so much concerned with other people, they're not actually aware of themselves and what they want. They can be really indecisive. I often joke that if you need a Libra to be on time, tell them to be there half an hour early. And, you know, I know I've had to create games at restaurants to help decide what we're going to have on the menu, because it takes them friggin' forever. So if you're looking for a bit of clarity, if you're a Libra and you're like, I don't know what to do, what will everyone like? It's really good to reflect on yourself and worry about what's good for you. But if you need that kind of decisiveness, peppermint is really good, as is lemon. They're both really good. They bring really nice clarity of mind, so you know exactly what you want. You can be a bit more decisive and be a better service to yourself and to other people. Now, there is one other essential oil that I want to tell you about, which I really love for Librans as well. And this is a brand new one, which has just been released by my favorite brand of oils, doTERRA. I love doTERRA because of the purity of their oils, that they get them from the natural environment. They do so much charity work. They're sending me to Nepal to help do charity work. Not a free holiday, far from it. But all that type of thing. And that oil is pink pepper. Now, it has a scent like black pepper, but a totally different plant, and they're not even related, totally different species. But pink pepper is really amazing. Pink pepper helps you be decisive with the heart and to lead with the heart. And so this is really important for Librans because they are so heart-centered. So it's kind of got those two things we've been talking about. Lead with the heart, but be decisive with the heart. So pink peppercorn is an absolutely amazing essential oil that Librans can work with. If you're not too sure how to get pink pepper essential oil, drop me a message or leave a comment underneath, and I'll get back to you in the next few hours, and we'll get that sorted out for you as well, because that's amazing for our Librans. Now, did you know that although you have a star sign like Libra or Gemini or Virgo, whatever that may be, that's not the only sign that actually makes up your personal astrological birth chart and your astrological energy. You actually have a part of all 12 signs in your chart, and sometimes they'll be to excess and sometimes there won't be enough, and that can form different imbalances in different aspects of our life. Now, how do you learn about this? Well, the way I like to teach it is through my Nature's Healers course. It's an online course that goes for 6 months. I'll put the link below straight after I finish chatting. And if you'd like to know more about that, then we go through, we look at your personal chart, and I'm actually doing it with a group that's halfway through the course at the moment, helping them work it all out today. We work out which energies you need to work with, which crystals and essential oils would be best for you to find balance, and then you can go and then pass it on and do it for people that you care about in your friends and your family and so on. But the 6-month course isn't just the astrology, that's only one module of it. The other modules look at the basics of crystals and why we cleanse crystals, essential oil, safety, programming crystals, making crystal grids. We go through chakras, and I teach my 21 crystal chakra balancing system. We go through connecting with mythical being energies and bring them into our life, things like fairies and mermaids and dragons and unicorns. We also look at Lemurian healing and what Lemuria is, as well as all other different components. And I cram that all in a really flexible course that works for everyone, no matter if you've got a little bit of time to spend on it or a large amount of time. So check out the link below. I'd love you to be part of that. We're actually starting next Saturday, so please don't delay. Rush in now. But stay tuned as well. I'll be back at exactly the same time tomorrow when we're going to explore a really passionate sign, one that I'm really drawn to. That's because of something in my birth chart, but that's a whole different story for another day. The sign we're going to look at tomorrow is Scorpio. So I'll see you at the same time tomorrow. I'm Adam Barralet of Crystal Connections. Blessed be.